When my mother punished me with a full bottle of Epicac, or almost a full bottle of Epicac in a Dixie cup, it was very thick. Not quite as thick as maple syrup or honey. I don't know why, but I picture cough syrup really super thick. But nowadays it's made thin. So that's not a good description. Think of like a honey. It's lighter than that. Maybe a really thin maple syrup. Maybe even a little lighter than that. But cough syrup, the way they make that today, might even be a little thinner. It was pure I'm sorry. Fuck. It was pure Epicac that I was given for the mushrooms and the fact I repeated something another adult told me. And not only was I given Epicac, I was not given a measured out dose. My mother decided to go against all doctor recommendations, all nurses' recommendations, and all recommendation that common sense would give you, and decided to just fill up a cup and force her kid to drink it a pure Epicac, and then let him know and everybody else know how much of a badass my mother was, giving so much Epicac to her child, and how she knows how to really punish her child good. So don't call her a bad parent because, oh yeah, you use soap. Oh yeah, you use hot sauce. Well, I use pure Epicac, so shut up. I'm the best parent. Even though it really destroyed my stomach and esophagus, and it actually makes her a criminal. Giving that large of a dose of a medicine to a child as a punishment is against the law. Measuring out a regular dose, at that time, you might have been able to sneak by. But giving filling up a whole Dixie cup, at least 7 ounces of pure Epicac, that you know is way, way, way too much for any human being, unless they're trying to destroy the stomach or esophagus. Like some of the people who were trying to diet in the 90s used to drink the stuff and vomit to try to lose weight, but they got very sick and they all ended up with severe acid reflux and esophagus damage. And they were only taking sips. They certainly weren't taking the type of dose my mother gave me. She wanted this to be one hell of a punishment, and boy, was my esophagus and stomach on fire. I was vomiting, and I still had to drink it. I vomited, and I had a lot of trouble trying to force down the rest. It was very difficult because I'm already vomiting. The Epicac has already hit me, and my mother wants me to drink more. And this is not a measured out little tiny cup. My mother made it clear that this was a punishment. She was going to give me a full cup, and she even let people know that yes, there was extra. Yeah, I gave extra. Yeah, there was extra medicines. So it wasn't like this is something I'm just coming forward with. My mother did admit to this on several occasions. This Epicac one was one of the few punishments I was able to get my mother to admit to, because this is what my mother thought. There's nothing wrong with giving your child extra medication as a punishment. So what if I gave my kid extra medication as a punishment? That's my mother's absolute opinion. She thought there was nothing wrong with sneaking her own pills, large amounts of over-the-counter stuff, or over-prescribing your child based upon lies and fantasies you know can't possibly be true because you have no real information other than, I've never seen that before. These things are dangerous and illegal to do to a child. And when people started finding out something was wrong, they started asking me questions at age 7. My mother decided to cut off all doctors, all teachers, and move me to the other side of the country. Then when I was talking to doctors there, move me again. Then move me again, and then move me again, and then lie her way out of trouble, and drug me out of her way. Not good.